I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew it. Boy. Okay. Sorry, I'm at the reset of everything again because it crashed. I think I'm dead. No, I'm still in the game. Just the stream died. Um, the world. Okay, that was weird. All right, hold on. Why do this? Getting Twitch back up isn't so hard, but getting the YouTube back up is like really hard. It's like really difficult. Like once that ends, it's like that's it. Like you have to be real strategic to kind of get it to come back. Come on. Come on. Uh, yeah. Yeah, see, it reset everything again. Rogue Chill Blast. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I haven't found it. Yeah, I think YouTube should be fine now. I think. Cool. All right, I am alive. Weird. Okay. I have two fixes there at Masterwork to max. So one should be max. So one is through Masterwork and one is and one is just a traditional GA. So like, um, typically speaking, you want a GA on the Rain of Veils cooldown, and then you want to Masterwork the double damage for the shard variant. Spell Ancestral. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna probably put the victimized version as the main version of the guide, and then move the shard version for the pushing. Which, again, I don't think you need to do the shard version for pushing, but I'm not the one that likes to push push often, so I don't really want to like try to prove that I can do 113 or 115 without the shard. I don't know if I want to put myself through that type of mental so I might just go with what's been proven so far versus the math. orange represents the masterwork. So technically, yeah, but so can the GA. Okay, hold on. Hopefully I don't. Also appreciate the sub. All right, is that all of them? Oh no, we gotta go ahead over there. You know what? I'm gonna just teleport. Orange Marcus said there's 2 affixes that are orange, which is why I asked. Wasn't sure there's a mistake in the planner. So the planner is it's gonna look a little bit different, color scheme wise. But if you're doing a shard variant, you want to do the GA on the Random Rails cooldown, and then you want to masterwork the chance of Random Rails to deal double damage, and you want to try to hit the max on that. It changes a little bit for the victimized version because you have double swords, so you can do double damage on both of those instead, and then you can just masterwork the ultimate damage. Then again, you get the same value out of doing damage per dark shroud on a sword as you do trying to masterwork the ultimate damage on the Word of Con. I know I just gave you a huge word salad, and you're just like, what the hell is he talking about? I guess what I'm saying is that, like, easy way to do it is just GA on the Random Rails cooldown reduction, and then masterwork the Random Rails to deal double damage. Which I did not do here, unfortunately. It just didn't roll that way. I'm gonna keep that. All right, we can do a few more, and then I'm gonna have to like switch it up. Wait, why can't I? I'm gonna leave it alone. Then I gotta start saying stuff because I got a bunch of things that just kind of just clogging that space. You know, it's that. Oh, you got the task speed on your ear. But yeah, we can do a few more. I am kind of oboe cat, but that's okay. You got it now? All good, man. Sorry, I gotta. It's just Actually, no, I don't really have any excuses. Actually, I'm gonna just have to. I'm gonna have to just do it tomorrow, for sure. That's all it is. That's all it is to it. So coins. He abandoned us. Well, he's not getting any opticites, so I guess for him it's not as much fun. All right, DM, you have you have a good one, man. Yeah, if I can get like a Saint on my Word of Hakan, that'd be nasty. I don't have enough rings to kind of just throw at it, but getting Word of Hakan, even though like I have to use the ones without GA, I think I can muster up enough cooldown to kind of do non GA Word of Hakans and make it work. I think I can. Oh, it was blocking the loot for you. That's crazy. But this is my second 4GA ring. That's actually not that bad. Where am I going? Oh. So how do you get rid of it? I guess you just have to keep masterworking of one piece over and over and over again. just to legit just waste opticite basically. Okay, I gotcha. What's the best is it Neathron? What's the best way to farm those? I hear the PvP zone is actually pretty good for several things, including that. Macro is like testing that out. Allow these treasure breaches. I guess we can go this way. Allows most consistent, but depending on your luck, breaches can be better. Okay. Yeah, I think this be my last breach, and I'll do some other stuff. What dungeon is this? It's the key that you have to think about. So it's not the dungeon. It's the affix. You see where it says Treasure Breach under Dungeon affixes? Treasure Breach is where you get a bunch of goblins in it. So it's important to kind of look at the affix of the actual sigil itself. So Treasure Breach is good. Heraldic Stronghold is good if you're down on Obdicite. Material Chest is actually pretty good if you kind of need like Forgotten Souls. But you want the mythic one. So if you see purple underneath the dungeon affixes, that's like the best one. Like literally, that's like you get that sigil. That's like free 5 mythics, and a spark automatically. You just craft your dungeon sigils until you get a good fix. You can do it that way if you want, but generally speaking, you get so many sigils from doing Azmodan and clicking on the chests. And world bosses gives you a shit ton of like sigil too as well. So like you're basically over you're basically just being handed out sigils left and right this season. So like you'll have access to a ton. All right, Raven. I'm gonna branch off and do some stuff. GG's. Sorry about the question. No, man, you're good. You are good. I'm playing 4 seasons ago. Yeah, you pretty much skipped most of the mediocre to bad seasons. So, good job predicting the future of when of when to actually come back to the game. If only we had the hindsight that you did. I'm gonna get more rings now. Choose that. Better share any GG. You gotta know. All right. So far, my best synced is actually this. That's my best sync. Unfortunately, it was on a bow that didn't have any like GAs on it, or I had to roll the GA off of it to get the stat I want. But getting Vehement on it was actually like kind of nice. But I haven't gotten any mythic syncs or anything like that. But that definitely helped with the deeps for sure. All right, let me do some you only pit 105 right now. So his ground probably couldn't keep up with things. No, I mean I don't think he's trying to. Yeah, I don't think you need to do high pit for what C6 is saying. Like keeping like grinding for stuff and stuff like that has nothing to do with high pits at all. Like high pits is very inefficient for anything but like the leaderboard. So. I read that as pit 105. I don't know why I read it that way. Yeah, I totally misread that. So bad. Oh no, you said it right. I was just being dumb. Like, I completely misread that. My brain didn't brain properly. All right, what we got here? Yeah, so I guess we can do some Undercity too as well. Might as well get that. Flag. I guess what is actually worth putting in for oh, I got 2 Ascendus ones. Actually, Mia, how many Ascendus ones did you have? I think you posted in the chat. You had like a bunch. No, you have Radiance. I got you. Never mind. For the the key passive ammo. I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna need that for my Heartseeker at some point. But I can hold off for now. Burger materials, layer of boss runes. You have 300 of us. Why do you? Why? How, wait, actually, you have 300 Ascendance ones though. Jesus. That's a lot though. Like, I got 2. I'm not saying. I mean, I obviously have not ran nearly as many as you have, but like, holy. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, C6. Yeah. Let's run some Ascendance if you want to, and we can bring some people in chat. If you want to, that is. Compare to season 9, I think it was how does this Rainer Arrows build compare? Definitely better than the season 9 version. I guess Radiance because passive aimless on the Ubers. Fair. I guess because I'm on Rainer Arrows now, that I'm not really as interested you know, with passive amulets, but we can run some of those too. I'm down for either or. I guess because since you have that many Ascendus ones, I might as well, you know, try to get me some more mythics that I can slam for something good on, because I don't have anything good on any of my mythics. Yeah, this is the build I want to play on Rogue because I love season random rails. The best way to farm runes. I haven't really been like paying attention, to be honest with you, but I'm always swarmed with runes from just doing stuff. I mean, you can do rune tributes if you want, but like bossing, like the gameplay loop of just bossing will give you a bunch of runes in general. I was just reading your guide on Max for the first time checking out the stream. Okay, cool. What guide were you reading? I assume it was either Renovaros or Heartseeker. Since the other 3 builds of mine are now planner only builds, like Rapid Fire, Barrage, and Invigorating Strike. Anybody's doing Heartseeker Rogue? Heartseeker's fun. Let me phrase this. Their standard Heartseeker for just fooling around in in-game and some speed pit farming or whatever is a lot of fun. The push variant leaves a lot to be desired. It's strong. It's fun would not be the word I would use for that. All right, let's invite C6 back into it. Anybody want some ascendants? Mind if I sit in town to the boss? I've been on the city all day, so well, I mean, we can do it later. Is there? Is there anything that you're not burnt out on? I mean, we're doing a lot of goblin farming. We're doing a lot of undercity farming. You can also farm runes and Helltide the Season Divine. Yeah, true. So I guess. So you're gonna open them up and then kind of go
Frost
like
Tyler raided my
AFK
stream
the
with
boss.
22
Yo,
viewers.
Dark Side, we just got raided, son. You know how we do.
But
Drop my new beat for these new viewers. Dashizi, out.
what up, sir? Appreciate you, Frosty. By the way, for those who haven't known, this is the second Frosty video I've made it in. Okay, there was one where I was part of the, what was it, the Avengers or something like that. He did like some sort of cool thing he did towards like the expansion launch, and then I was in this most recent one. Yeah, I know. I was tagged in it. I'm like, yo, I made it. Look, mom, I'm famous. Yeah, I remember that. That was really good. But check out Frosty. He's a really, really cool guy. He makes some of the best action RPG general content on YouTube for sure. And what I mean by that is that it's entertaining. It's not clickbait. It's not, it's literally just pure fun and entertainment, and it's really good. So you guys should totally check that out. See you, man. All right, so who wants to join in for this? Strack Attack says he will come. You want to play? We got room for one more. Anybody else want to? Is that how was Aaron's stream today? Who's Aaron? Particle, okay. Check Attack, what's your tag? Is it Dance of Nas unique good? No. I'll put it this way. The unique isn't terrible. It's just that Dance of Knives itself is just not good enough as a damage dealer, that the unique doesn't do nearly enough to fix the problems. If Dance of Knives was actually decent damage dealer, I think the unique would be fine. But Dance of Knives as a damage dealer by itself is so far behind that unique is nowhere near close to making it viable as a damage dealer. Now, in terms of proccing Poison Trap, is great. It's great at doing that. And that is the way to play Dance of Knives right now. Sorry, my apparently I am lagging. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Yeah, I'm trying to add you, but like literally like my app is like crashing. Which is kind of funny. Why is my Battle.net app so bad? Guess we'll do it in here. All right, Particle, I got you. Next. By the way, this is courtesy of C6. These are his tributes, not mine. So I am not the person that you thank for this. I am just the platform. I was curious. I'm all on Paladin. That's your class in D3 normally. Fair. I hit GA sanctification on a vulnerable bow for Heartseeker. Okay, nice. Cool, cool. All right, let's go to... Yeah. We ready? I am. You guys ready?
I'm impressed.
My elixir juice ran out. Woo, the lag is real. Let's make sure we wait for your before we jump into the boss. Or before we like, you know, do the boss. Come to the portal. Because we're full. Oh, she spawned over there. Why'd she spawn over there for? Guess everyone did. Nah, Mio, you good? I just didn't know. I just didn't know how to time it because I'm like, we got all four whatchamacallit, so I'm like, moment that happened, I was just like TP. No mythics there for me. Nice. Starless. Let's go again. Yeah. Cool. I'll wait for you guys. Let's open up my little whisper here. Yeah, crossbow. You went for passive amulets too? Okay. You flip to the poison trap variant. Yeah, I mean, it's just way better. And it's cool looking too, though. So I mean, I would give it that. Yeah, sure. You want this amount of stuff to actually deal damage, but the poison trap variant of that is actually really cool. Like it really is. Go straight to the end. Yeah, so once we fill out the bar to 4 rewards, just go straight to the end. We don't get anything by fighting the rest. I'm not sure if Stark can hear me. Or was it Fart Party? It was okay. It was Fart Particle. It was, yeah. Make sure, yeah. Once you get 4/4, just jump straight to the end. No, you're good. I do that too sometimes. Like if I'm like autopiloting, I kind of forget, and like my entire like Maxroll like team or crew, whatever, would just be like typing F in chat. I'm like, what's the F for? And everyone's just like waiting on me, and I'm just I am the F. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I do it too. I'm gonna say TP a little later this time, so you're not like just sitting for 20 seconds. All right, you could TP on us. Hold up. Wait.
Greetings.
Yeah, I have yet to get a mythic. Or any of these runs yet? Was that the third one? It's like a 50% chance, right? Game really doesn't like me. Nice amulet here though. Four Ubers. Perdition, yeah, man. It says 25%. I just thought it was like a 50% chance, but or at least it was. Maybe it was and it got nerfed. I have no idea. All right, TP on us. That's a long lag. Did it even go through? Yeah, there we go. Double heart Meltisalic, really? Actually, this is a good Sky Hunter. Roll on that. I'm reaching and went all the way in that little corner. Hey man, any real game in D4 yet nowadays? You know? I don't know. I feel like in any Reddit, like, or sorry, subreddits, seems like none of the action RPGs seem to feel like people feel like there's endgame into. Then again, I guess it's just ideally what do we really expect for endgame? There are activities to do. It just depends on whether or not you like them. But the tower is probably the biggest draw, and that's not coming until middle of January, to be honest. It's kind of either you enjoy what's there or you don't, for that kind of thing. But that's the case for any of the action RPGs. That can be similar to GS and D3. Yeah, and it's gonna have its official leaderboards, like actual leaderboards in game. So like that's the biggest. That's like the new content, I guess you could say, quote unquote. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, like it just feels like a better version of Pit, like a Pit that's closer to what GRs would have been, sort of kind of thing. So honestly, either they just need to revise what Pit really is, so therefore they don't feel alike, I guess you could say, or just figure out a whole new way to like do like leaderboardish type content. I still think they really missed out on like making like In Front of Horrors be like the scaling content, right, for like leaderboards and stuff. It's so different from like Pit and everything else that they really could have made like an infinite scaling In Front of Horrors type ordeal thing. That could have been really fun. But I digress. Other than that, there is Asmodan. He's actually really cool for a world boss. I'm kind of tired of fighting him already because that's like all we kind of do this season. But his design as a world boss is actually really, really cool. Man, Infernal Hordes is like my favorite content to do, man. But this season right now, the rewards are kind of messed up for it. You don't really get anything like valuable out of doing Infernal Hordes this season, which sucks because I really like doing Infernal. They're gonna fix it, but it's just kind of like it's just an L for now. But I will tell you this much, Kimber. Like, if you haven't played D4 in a while, or maybe a couple of seasons, I think the certification and the paladin stuff. Oh, I said TP too early. My fault. I forgot we had a whole nother floor. My bad. But yeah, these sanctification stuff and the new masterworking temper revise system or whatever. They did do a really good job of that this season. So despite it still having some, you know, some pretty major base flaws, I do think this season is like,
my stream with 8 views.
like
Yo,
pretty
Dark
fantastic.
Side, we just got raided, son. You know how we do. Drop my new beat for these new viewers.
Krog with the raid. What's up, man? So I can't do the dance right now. Well, actually, wait a minute. Maybe I can. After I get the... What we got? Hold up. The end of it.
Sheezy out.
You did what you said. Punch my ticket. Oh, nice, dude. Nice, man. I will definitely keep my end of the bargain for sure. Oh, I got a Sail League. Honestly, if I can get a nice, I actually don't mind Sail League as an amulet on Heart Secret if I can get like a really good, like if I can get like a Starless on like the Sail League, I would use that over a regular amulet for sure, for Heartseeker. But it takes something that big for me to like use it over a regular amulet. But I totally would do it. So I'm gonna keep sinking them and see if I can get something good. So you play for an hour or two and then you quit? Really? Did you play Paladin though? Oh, you said day one. Day one. You mean like day one as in like launch game? Okay, yeah. The game is way different from then. Like almost unrecognizably different. My chat doesn't fully understand what we're talking about, but me and that's gonna be the chance to me at the biggest Blizz event. Yeah, man. That's gonna be great. You're gonna so enjoy BlizzCon, man. It'll be a lot of fun. Like the events are cool. Like BlizzCon itself is cool, but you really go for the people, like the other people that you meet, like the after parties, hangout spots or whatever, like at the hotel lobbies and things. Is like where like the real things, you know, happening. And also there's some sites that we go off of. Like Player One is actually a really cool hangout spot. It's great times, man. And the 5-star world, bruh, we're not gonna talk about that. we're not gonna talk about that. I'm surprised you still remember that. That story. I'm never going back to that food truck ever again. Ever. Bro, that was the most expensive, worst experience of my life. I swear. All right, TP.
Greetings.
Hey, perdition. Also, Ducky, what's going on, man? I see you. You are. Speaking of which, has anyone done any pin shot at all? I actually, it's sad, but not. It's sad, but not sad. But I forgot. I completely forgot about pin shot. I don't write the pin shot guy anymore on Master. Matthias does it now, but I totally forgot about pin shot being a skill on Rogue. I was like, wait a minute, that does exist, doesn't it? Hitting the bin. All good, sir. Appreciate you rating on in. Hope everything's doing well. Also, DH, aka Albert Novartis, is next to. Oh, really? That's funny. I was actually just talking about Diablo Immortal earlier. TPN. Like about an hour before you raid in. Gosh dang it. I said TPN before we got to the last floor again. See it, man. All right, now TP. You caught it. So you just you just don't believe me anymore. That's all right. What the fuck? I get this sub too. Appreciate you, sir. Let's see. Yeah, we're going. I just got the stream up on the second mod. Pardo, what's going on?
You look like you've seen battle.
elixir juice get ready to run out. Yeah. Just woke up and gonna do some blasting. How's it going? Not much. We're not doing anything too terribly interesting. We did treasure goblin runs for a bit with a treasure breach or whatever sigils, and now we're doing ascendance stuff for a little bit, and then soon I'm gonna branch off and try a few things, and then tomorrow's stream I'm gonna probably spend most of the stream just updating all my guides. So it might not be much gameplay tomorrow, but you guys will be able to watch the guides being updated in real time ish. Different Brown's gonna be the deputy. Ashen, appreciate you. Alright, TP in. Got 6 sparks and can't craft a single thing. I don't think I don't even go for specific ones anymore. To be honest with you, like once you get the
Hello.
I mean, I get it. Like, obviously, you want very specific ones for your build or whatnot. I just test my luck. I just go to cash and just go for it. But that's also because I already have the mythics I need for the build. So at this point, it's just more so of, you know, YOLO. Yeah, I think it's also more fun that way, in my opinion. For now, I think I don't mind like playing the whole like, what's it gonna be from that cache anymore. I used to mind back in the day when like I had like none, and you really need a specific one for your build to actually function. Then yeah, I care. But after I already have it at that point, it's just kind of like, you know, roll it. That's fine. Like YOLO at this point. Need a grandfather. Armada, what's going on? Whoever coded the sound for Enguardia needs to be hung by the thumbs and forced to listen to the goat meme. Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, some of my, I guess, former students now, but they lived on that. They lived on that video meme. Just been my ovals. You have 3 grandfathers. I feel like I haven't really been. I feel like I'm like behind when it comes to good Saints. Like I have 2 I could say that are like. Well, I guess say 3 if you want to include the Fist of Fate that I'm currently not using. But 2 usable ones at the moment. Akarat, what's going on? You have 3 Andys from Random Mythic issue. I think I've seen probably about that many as well in general. Alright, this will be the last one that I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna move on to different things. Spin the whatchamacallit here. What we got?
I do so enjoy customers with refined tastes.
I still think I should do Benz, I guess.
Fortune has chosen you and you alone.
Oof.
Ever at your service. You won't find another one of those so easily. Do come again.
You got 2 Andys and you synced them with 1,000 sockets? What was the goal there? Was it for mats? Did you just sync them just to, or get the seasonal journey thing? Is that what it was? Oh, you're using them. Oh, whoa. For what build? Andes? Are you playing Spiritborn or? Not that I could think of any use for Andes on Spiritborn. Like there was one like 2 seasons ago. Oh, TP. Wait. Oh no, he's there. Okay. I was like, no. Okay, you got it. I like totally almost forgot there. Oh, you meant air. Okay, I was getting ready to say. I'm like, what build uses Andes? All right, guys. GG's. Time for me to do other things. I do want to showcase the whatchamacallit I was talking about earlier for rain. And speed. Stole this from Boiler's playlist. So many things to throw in the stash. Running out of time. Equipment. Actually, I don't know why I had that random. I'm in here. Maybe I was gonna like test it and see if like it's actually like new bugs actually worth something.
Make something new with these.
Let's go to training demo real quick. Yeah, man, y'all welcome. I was just the platform. D6 is the guy you should think. He had all the keys, tributes. All right, so watch this. I put on, what is it? That's not where I had it. Okay, yeah, Scoundrels Leathers. Throw this on. And then I do Poison Trap. Throw that in there instead of Barrage. And we put on Orphan Maker. And then we can do 1-1. Or almost. There you go. Using Poison Trap instead. And that allows us to do it with the Orphan Maker. Problem is that I run into this whole idea, like this whole thing where sometimes it won't reset. So yeah, so like there are times where it just won't reset it, which makes this way of doing it, or this version of doing it, like not consistent. Okay, I'll put that back now. All right, let's see what we got for whispers. Nothing really. All right, well, I guess we'll go do PvP. the PvP area. I think it's this one that's like the better one for farming. Yeah, if you mark yourself and you open those chests or whatever, you can actually get near the Antheron. Decent amount. Also quite a few, like a bit of goblins too. It's actually kind of good for that too. And mark for blood. Ironically enough, Rain actually does okay in PvP. Because I'm always constantly moving, so if the enemy doesn't know that I'm like jumping around or whatever, he's gonna get hit by one wave of rain and like die. Most likely instantly, unless they're a pally. I've killed several people by accident that I didn't even see. I killed off screen. There we go. Ah, goblin already. I probably should use a scoundrel, Tsubo. I can know exactly where those chests are. Yeah, sick, yeah. So like usually there's about 4 or 5 chests in here for that, and of course you got, you know, pretty decent chance of goblins as well. But like once you grab the chest, you have to kind of wait for it to respawn again, so you just go to the other PvP area. Also good for rep as well. Did he rogue for life? Yes, sir. You're about to dev chat this season? What were you playing before? Picked up C there. Zio, what's going on? You did sort last season for a change. Ball lighting was just too good. There. There's a chest. You're blasting through D3. You doing rat runs or? Put that out there. So the people just accidentally instigate each other in there? Yep, pretty much. If you're marked though. Like if you're not marked, obviously, then you won't get hit or hurt or like that. But if you mark yourself so you can get attacked or attack other people, then yeah. There are people who are in there specifically just to piss off other players. Like they know it's like, oh well, I'm in a PvP zone. No one's in here. No one's gonna bother me. And then some jerk just literally, running out trying to. I actually wouldn't even call my job. I mean, you are in the PvP, but like, it is what it is, right? But there is usually that one guy that's just like waiting for fresh prey. Is it that ability a must before going hard secret? No. You can actually level with hard secret, so you can level without any of the basic stuff. So there is an actual progression steps for it. You don't want to see dash players' ears. Did you ping rank 5 on the Sin of Azmodan yet? Nope. I don't think I'm like. I think I'm like 3, like rank 3. I don't do Azmodan much. I can't stomach that type of loop for too long. Where am I actually? Yeah, it's 3. Eventually I'll get it. But it definitely won't be because I'm like paying attention to it or anything. It'll be sheerly by accident. It's like, oh, yeah, that happened. You was using PvP area to level it and you're almost done. For the Azmodan one? I thought that was for Andariel. Actually, I didn't know PvP Zone did that. I thought it was like for Andariel. Okay. So, but like Azmodan is not. It's not in the PvP area at all. So like. Okay. I did not know that. Guess I gotta be in the PvP area a bit more then. I don't mind doing those. Azmodan, or aka anything but Helltide. Okay. That's fair. That makes sense now. This is actually a nice pair. Am I using the victimized variant of the build? Yeah. The difference between that and the shard variant they're so close, especially with the sanctification stuff, that like Because like initially I had the shard variant like considerably stronger than the victimize 1-to-1 variant initially, which is why I did it only as a variant for speed farming. But the more I played it, the more I was like, oh, this is actually better than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be bad. I just didn't think I could like do as well as I've been doing with it. Now I actually kind of prefer it. Like I've done both versions. I actually started with the shard version. No. I started with the victimized variant, and then I got a really good scout hunter, and I did the shard variant for a while. And I went back to the victimized variant, and I was like, oh, okay. So Nahatu or dry steps. So I heard about it. I think it's like what, this area right here. I think also has like a lot of goblins. I didn't know about the dry steps though. No. Alibaba, what's going on? Have a good one. You know, the normal farmer asthma, yeah. I mean, like I said, I like him as a world boss, but him being like the featured content, I guess you could say, I don't want to get tired of him so fast. That's kind of how I felt with Belial when they first introduced Belial, and then but Belial was like the farm. You just did Belial over and over and over because like Belial was by far the best thing you could do at the time. So it's like you kind of wear him out so quickly. So like, I wonder if I can make that legion. No, it's gone. Okay. All right. Well, time for me to do. Is it Gregory? Gregory, because I'm gonna need some more Water Hakons to try to slam. I want to at least leave with one like okay-ish on a night. I put most of my hearts in the stash, didn't I? I did. Not hearts, I mean steel. Be enough for now. Alright, mate. You have a good one. I guess I'll pick them all up and salvage. At 44%, 38. Yeah, that's good enough to hold. Worth. Yeah, sure. 40. Oh, that's such a low roll on the cooldown now. That's some arrows bringing down. Yeah, it's a fun setup. Okay, I'll keep that one. That was bad. That was mediocre. Controls, you have a nice time. Good to see you again. Time for you to go grounded for your sub. All good, man. Appreciate you. I haven't been streaming as much as in the semi-recent, like the past couple of months. I've been like slacking a lot until the season kind of started again. Yeah, what I mean by slacking is like I've been having a lot more going on in the real life portion of things. So now I was trying to find a way to balance it all now. DJ streamer in Final Fantasy. Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, I had no idea. Put your link your stream in chat. I'm gonna go by and check it out. Let's see. I thought about at some point, like, obviously, you know, can't really be doing Diablo 4 like forever per se. But I thought about at some point getting me like a nice electric kit and like, you know, setting everything up to be able to do like covers or whatever on Twitch, like live. I've like something to do like on the side as well. And there were whereas other people like, you know, they'll go to, you know, play different games or whatever. I was thinking about maybe I'll just drum. That's kind of like my thought process. So obviously that's a lot. I mean, it's just a lot of work to get it started. But I do think that that's the play for me down the road. Is solo bossing versus group much less efficient or not so much anymore? Not anymore, no. It used to be, but not anymore. It really doesn't really matter whether you do solo in a group, to be honest. You get one more drop for doing it in groups right now, but that's really it. It's not the massive advantage that it used to be where everyone can kind of share mats. You've been owning Battle Daz and Battle. It's been great. That's worth. Go for that one too. Have a good stream. Which one best build for Rogue? What's your choice? That's he's not playing with Rogue, but I have no information about Rogue. It just depends on what you want to do. If you're someone that like seriously pushes, then the end game, the push variant of Heartseeker is technically the strongest Rogue build, but it's only you only do it for that specific content. Like you wouldn't play that variation outside of it. But the standard Heartseeker is also really good too. So like, I would say best overall, I guess you could say is probably Heartseeker, because then you can do either variant and do really well. If you're just looking for end game speed farming, Death Trap is probably your better bet, because it is the most efficient end game build we got, because it's just incredibly fast and it pulls the entire screen basically, and this is so fast. But there are several builds that work really well. Rain of Veils is really good. Flurry's good. Ironically enough, Rapid Fire for pit pushing specifically is really good. Yeah, there are several setups that are actually decent on Rogue. So good. The group finder was a nice touch, but still annoying with the Rhoda and everything. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they got rid of that, to be honest. I can do one more and I'm out of steel, at least for now. The breakpoint sucks so much on DC. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's one of those progression type setups. Anyone knows in Discord page, I can trade some runes. Pretty sure Maxwell has a trading area, but there's probably more efficient ones than that. I don't do a lot of trading, so like yeah, I'm playing this right now. Okay, I would change to Heartseeker a while, maybe change P220 plus after again Death Trap. Let's see. When it comes to like what my choice is, because you did mention what I choose, I go based off of like what I find fun. I'm not as concerned about what it does in the top in the push, because I don't really do any pit pushing at all. I guess I don't find that fun in this game. But whatever feels fun to play is like what I do. Right now, I'm actually having the most fun with Rain of Arrows, followed very closely by Heartseeker. Standard Heartseeker, that is. Okay. All right, well, let's sync. I think that's all I'm gonna do now is to sync stuff. Just pinch shots to the thing. So, I mean, it just depends on. It just depends on what you really want to do. I mean, you can take pinch shot into the end game and do okay, but the investment is going to be large for pinch shot, and in order for it to feel good, just for end game content. The triple imbue booms. So the multiple imbue thing is really not really a thing anymore. I remember exactly what you're talking about, like way back, towards launch and stuff. That used to be a thing, and it's something I actually did myself, but it's not really a thing like that anymore. Yeah. Interesting fact, I was the first bow rogue to actually hit 100 on rogue on launch. I think I was like also like top 10 I think for rogues. No, well actually I was a little higher than that. For reaching 100, it was like I was top 10 general for reaching 100. But I was definitely the only bow rogue. I did it with pin shot where like almost everybody else was doing like twisting blades at the time. Obviously twisting blades was like really, really good. It was pretty bugged, but it was really good. But yeah, I played a ton of pin shot back then to the point where I don't really want to play it now. Like I kind of like, I think I pin shot out myself. Where I just don't bother with it anymore.
You need steel work? Repairs?
Yeah. All right, okay, yeah, we're gonna sync now. I gotta get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory. I got too much crap. This is something that's going on. So you also went pin shot? Cool. Yeah, it was definitely a combo point. I mean, the thing about it is it felt really good. Like when you have enough density of like that, and you're just like have things lined up. It felt so good. Could I drop me a free Hakan? Just like any Hakan? Coffee Cafe, what's going on? I only started playing double the bit in the last season. Now I'm 120, but you got put in my phone notification. So cool. Hope you're at least enjoying the content then. Bulgarian Rogue. Yeah, what's your tag? Don't butter me up, man. Don't tell me I'm the best rogue ever, because I'm about to give you a word of hook on. But however, I do appreciate that you enjoy the content though. What's your battle tag? I'm trying to find one that like. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, because this is gonna be important. I wanted you to listen to these instructions because this is important. Okay, when you get this word of Hakan, okay, when you masterwork it, make sure that you masterwork hit the Rain of Arrows cooldown so you can have enough cooldown to spam. Okay, it is important because even though it doesn't have a GA, it is close to max on it. But if you masterwork the Rain of Arrows cooldown, then you will reach the breakpoint you need. Got it? Cool. Just saying, because if you don't do that, you'll be a little disappointed in general. I never played Diablo game before, so it took a little. Yeah. All right, request party invite whenever you get a minute. It's been very fun learning currently doing the Frost Sorcerer. I think whenever I did play Sorc for a little bit, I always played like Frozen Orb each time. Literally every time. Even back when it was like considered really bad. I just kind of like the skill in general. Yep. So masterwork the Renovails cooldown, and then you should be good to go, sir. So all these in my. You're welcome. Got a quick question. What do the green arrows mean on the stat priority section of Master Guide? Well, the green arrows just tells you which one gets priority in terms of what you're looking for, and also masterwork. So if you see 3 green arrows, it means that's top priority, followed by 2 green arrows, which is like the second highest priority, and then 1 green arrow is like the third. Does that make sense? I don't think we explained that that well on the site, to be honest. The total resistance here. Oh, this has a dexterity. This one's actually a little bit. Why didn't I switch to this one actually? This one's a little better. He's been like sitting there. Okay, so we're gonna sanctify those. We're gonna also do. Let's go ahead and do the helms too while I'm at it. Crown of Lucians. We just kind of just send those, right? Crown, and then we'll send. I don't. Let's just start with this and see how I feel. See if we actually like So the number 1 list of stat is not actually number 1, it's just arrow dependent. Arrow dependent, yeah. So some people tend to try to like on a guide, they'll like rearrange the stats in order in a sense, which you can do that. The only reason why I don't do that is because like the item doesn't look like that. So when people look at the item and the whatchamacallit, and then they look at the item in game, they kind of wonder why the stats are like, they get confused seeing the stats like all a lot of order from what they see in the game. But some people actually do it by the line. It's this one actually. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry. I don't know if I can go outside the game without crashing. that's what I'm kind of worried about right now. Actually, hold up. Actually, yeah, I can. Actually, no, I can't. Hold up. Wait, actually, hold up. Hold up. I got you. I think. Come on. I can do it. I can do it without messing things up. I think I got it. There we go. There we go. Leica or they changes it for us, and now it shows what items are supposed to look like. Even if we rearrange it, it just shows a different order in the stat price. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. What Panda said. What up, Panda? You want to watch me fail all of my sinks real quick? Alright. We're gonna try our luck with some more of the Hakons I got here. Also a few helms. The helms I'm just gonna send it and not masterwork at all. Because I don't really care about the stats as much. Just gonna go. Rid of affix, boo. We got here new affix added. Flame. Rid of affix again. Wait, I only did. Oh wait, that's not supposed to. I'm supposed to hold on to that one. This one I hold on to. Alright, so graphics added. Alright, so all of my Lucian so far has been fails. We have to actually master word the amulet though. But let's start with the good ones here. This one. What do we want on this? Probably the... Yeah, it's gonna have to be double damage for sure.
Some solid bits here.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's such a that's such a min roll too. That's so I have to change swords if I were to actually use this. That's how bad that is. So this one needs to be. Nope. Nope. There you go. This one needs to be double damage. Whoever was going on. So Panda, what's your best farm for Neatherin? What do you do?
Some solid bits here.
Get tons from Goblin Farm. Okay. I was thinking maybe there was something like more specific in the open world. Okay. I've been trying to do more PV, like in the PvP area. That's 38%. I'm not gonna risk 38% for.
Some solid bits here.
Yeah. Do I need random arrows cooldown? Yeah. You haven't tested this out. Well, I figured you haven't, given that you're playing hardcore. Funny thing about it too is that with this particular build, because I'm literally throwing a big waves of rain and then dashing right afterwards, so like I'm like hard to see. I usually end up killing people on accident like that, or that's like across the map that I didn't even know was there. Because I'm sure people who are like in the spot that's not like super or ultra tanky just gets mollywopped without even knowing like who who threw the wave, because you don't see me at the time. What damage do I want to do? Okay, nah. Alright, C6, appreciate you as always. Alright, it's time to send. Alright, what we got? Oh, new legendary power added. Okay, okay. No. This is cheats, isn't it? Yeah, this is cheats aspect. Ironically enough, this is probably better than what I already got. Not even gonna lie. But still, that's not what I was hoping for. Alright, what we got? Oh, new legendary power added. What we got? What we got? What we got? Hectic. Can't get on board with that. Quality increase. No. Affix added. Affix added. New affix added. Ready to grid affix. Affix replace. Max life. A quality increase. Fix replace. All right. So the best thing I got out of this was the cheats. I might actually hold on to that just because. So we did not do well on the amulets nor the helms. Alright, we'll do. At this point, let's go ahead and do beast wall boots. The thing about the beast wall boots is that I actually have to masterwork them in order for them to be like good enough for me to sanct. Because I need the energy. Also, there's a Tibos will. A couple of Tibos wills I guess I can try. Too low. Why did I even keep this? So I think this will be. Actually, wait. What is this? Isn't there? See, why do I even have this? Anything with this one? Laser. Fastest way to get ops. I'm just say, treasure breaches from the goblins in general. Appreciate the follow. And then Heroic Strong Rooms are actually good for that too. Like just do the Heroic Strong Room and just leave. I get all stats. There you go.
Akarat's blessing on that one.
Actually, I guess I can masterwork some of these, but just don't spend the whatchamacallits. Let it land wherever it lands. However, the beast fall boost, I do need it to land on a maximum resource. Or actually, I guess I don't have to. Does it? I get maximum resources from the boss as well. So that plus, but it means I have to use a resource elixir. I guess that's what I was trying to avoid, but I don't think I can avoid it. Actually, let me see if I can. 33. No, I guess I could. Yeah. All right. So I guess it would be worth trying to hit the resource then. It's got to be like 29 or something like that or higher. You're struggling to get him? Yeah. So yeah, like Haragic Strong Rooms would be probably the easiest. You outside of the Goblin event, you can do the PvP area usually has like a lot of goblins. Several places in the open world has quite a bit of goblins as well. Yeah, these sigils here, I'll show you. Put some on my stash. I don't think I'll have them. The Treasure Breach right here. The Treasure Breach Goblin. Nightmare Dungeon sigils are literally the best for Obdicite. Then of course the yellow Roger Strong Room, which I don't have any sigils right now of. Okay, my source. This one, speed. Guess it's time to send. Luck for me. Here we go. Actually, what did it replace? Agile for total resist. Actually, you know what? That's actually not a terrible. Could be much worse, but it's actually not awful. Relative. Graphics added. Also another total another total resistance. Another total resistance. Is that 3 in a row? It is 3 in a row. Oof, okay. Increase. New legendary power. Got. It's like hectic. Ooh. Quad increase. Legendary power added. Worth. Alright, decoy, you have a good one. Also new legendary power added. Yeah. Yeah. Affix add. Strength. Alright, so yeah, no real luck. Although I will say that This one would just feel better because it just has considerably better movement speed. But this also gives me total resist, which is actually like not bad. Like, but that's I guess that's this is the best I can do. What was on this anyways? What did I have on? I guess it was just double G. That's all I had. That's all I. All right. Well, I guess all the other ones are trash. Guess we got like a mini upgrade, I guess. I got the mythic. And get might do it again. Shroud. Guess we'll try this.
Beautiful and handy.
Well, I'll leave it at that. Not even gonna send it. What we got? Better effects. Not worth. It's here. Trying to do this, I just weird you out. I know the feeling. Well, I guess how how fast are you able to do hundreds on your necro? Like for me, it really depends on the layout at that point. Appreciate the follow. You can deal with that, I miss. Okay, got you. I must not be doing too bad then. Usually about anywhere between 4 to 5 minutes like in between, like for like 4.5 minutes is probably average. 100 for me on this particular Rain of Veil setup, but if I can actually get some more sinks, man. Dagger, Spam, Barrage, Sanctify have conceded on one hand and Amulet. Okay. I'm about to fix all my sanctification stuff on all the guys, honestly. But I'll definitely make sure I get rid of the duplicate. Just get the same grandfather saint. Matias got a grandfather saint? Where? On what? On what item? Beastfall boots? Jeez. uh 750 item too, I know. What was I getting ready to do? I was getting ready to do some, but I forgot what it was. Can't really do pit. I can't really do in front of horrors. 7 minutes left before expires. I guess this is a whisper, Asmodan. Go ahead and do it. Literal trash and treasure. Man, it's funny. My best saint on my Beastfall boost is literally item quality right now. That's the best I can do. My Beastfall boots. I guess that was hectic too as well, but like let's be real on the hectic part of things. I can't use it in this setup. To be sure, do you think the just trash works on speed farming too? Or is that just for push? Like if you're trying to do like a higher ish speed clear, higher pit speed clear. Obviously, if you're doing like low enough where you're one shotting at least, then obviously no, right? But like, I'm just wondering like on a setup like this where I can one shot trash on like T100. I wonder if I just go straight, just go straight trash and see what happens. But I'm gonna try to do. I feel like for rain it would be like really good. Well, really good or really bad, I guess depends. I won't say we're not really bad, but like the trash mobs have a smaller footprint, so that's less, you know, likely they get hit by the, you know, they get hit by the wave, or you know, multiple times by the same wave. I would assume the elites have a bigger footprint. I could be wrong. I mean, at least they're just the same thing as the trash mobs, right? Yeah, right. Because yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can pretty much one shot most, if not all, the trash on 100. I'm pretty sure. I'll do a few 100s and then I think I'll call it. Let's see. I don't want to know. 105. I also had the wrong amulet. Keep forgetting to switch out to the one that's actually slightly better. It has some decks on it. Where is it actually? Be down here somewhere. $43. This one had decks. That's. It is a slight upgrade.
Here you are.
I can just salvage the old one. We should have Crown on Barrage too. Yeah, Arrow Mine on yours. Well, given the fact that you're probably gonna have to like take advantage of like the clone reset to really do damage on Barrage, then Crown should make more sense. But the resource sustain is a bit rough. Unless you have like a really good Fist of Fate. You don't have any more? No? How's Heartseeker looking in Pits 100s? Well, the push variant is the strongest rogue build right now in general. So far, I think it's done at 117. I'm sure it can go a little higher, but it's probably not not a version you actually would really want to play though. But like standard Heartseeker is probably like 10 pits behind that. 10, 11 pits behind. So you can do probably like a 106, 105, 106 with standard Heartseeker. Maybe slightly higher than that. What's the point of doing anything above 100? Nope, there is none. Literally, there is no benefit for doing anything above 100. There is a third-party leaderboard in which people like to compare players above 100. But outside of that, there's like no actual tangible like benefits for doing it. However, because there isn't anything else in the game that scales, Pit is really the only thing that allows you to kind of see where the progress of your setup really is. Because everything else becomes too easy after a certain point. So the Pit numbers pretty much gives you an idea of like how much stronger your build's gotten, etc. If there was like a different metric, then Pit definitely wouldn't be used, but Pit's the only thing we got. This is like about to hit the 5-minute mark. And more than one stagger. Embarrassing. They got a planner. It's on the maxroll.gg. It is the victimized variant. Victimized build variant. Alright. I want to switch to Fist of Fate. Because do the same thing. There you go, Hawk. Oh, now Fist of Fate wants to perform. I don't know why I like stay to fight. Look at all those just all those exploding things. I don't know why I stayed to fight this. Yeah, I hate that I have to jump back sometimes because of the explosions. Because the moment I do that, the rain takes a while for it to reach, and then by that time they're unstoppable. By the time I get back into the pack, and I'm like F. It could be the map though, but like I was definitely feeling better with the legendary gloves overall. But it could be just me just not playing well on this one. So Taras, is that how I said? Yeah, let me end this one because this one's taking a lot longer than I wanted to. That streamer room goes hard. Yeah, this moon never moves, man. It literally stays in that one spot the entire time. It's actually quite nice. Same thing with the water in the back, man. Like it's just like calm the entire time. But Taras, you said you're not a fan of melee builds. Me neither. But I see where you get the like. So like the weakest, I honestly I do think Rain of Veils might edge out DT for pit pushing. So I guess it depends on what you're talking about, right? So like if we're talking about just pure power, like I think Rain is second, like with DT being a very very close third. It's like it's really hard to tell still. But the thing about the Rain for endgame though is that like DT is so much more efficient in general than any other like speed build that you can do on Rogue. It's like not even close. So that's why we have DT so high on the endgame, and Rain is like a little bit further down for sure because it just has a slower like projectile, but it still moves pretty quickly. It's just obviously the projectile is just pretty slow. So we have to kind of take that into account, right? So like, you know, Heartseeker will naturally do better for open world speed content only because of the fact that it doesn't have to go back and pick up stuff. Like if we're just talking about pit, like low level pit, like, you know, 75s or like that, Rain of Veils can do like a 75 in like 60 seconds, right? So like if we're just talking about speed pits, then like Rain of Veils would be up there, sure. But that's because Rain of Veils doesn't have to go back and pick up stuff in the pit. But we have to consider in Nightmare Dungeons and stuff like that, and Helltide, where, you know, sure you can zoom around on Rain of Veils, but you have to wait for the projectiles to hit, and then you have to go back and pick up stuff, and that just unfortunately hurts this rating a little bit. But yeah, what up, man? But yeah, I enjoy the bow stuff, Rain and Heartseeker.
Cliptus raided my stream with
Yo,
180
dog
views.
side.
Clip this with the
We just
raid.
got raided, son. You know how we do.
What is going
Drop
on?
my new beat for these new viewers.
sir.
Sheezy out.
Sir Cliptus. How's it been? I haven't really been doing much but failing the majority of my syncs. So I don't have anything really to show for. Actually, this is all I have to show for tonight's sanctifying. And that is literally quality, like quality. This was the best I can do tonight. Was quality on my Beast Fall beats. That was it. So that's all I could do. And I'm like, you know what? That's an upgrade. I guess we will take it. We will take it. So yeah, that's been my evening. It's fun. Like, yeah, I think it's fun. It really is. I'm just waiting for my turn. Appreciate the follow, John. I'm just waiting on my turn. Hey, when am I gonna get that mythic saint? You know what I'm saying? Or, but no, let's level 2, bro. Let's get you in here. Do I even care about any of the stuff he does? Don't really. Kind of like the whole healing potion. Sibo, you're in. Let's go hang out in the PvP area for a little bit. You took all my turns, sir. Your mythic saint landed on the alt shield. I swear, can't use this. Oof. I quit this. Appreciate you as always. Hope all things is well over there in Barb land. You are playing Barb, right? Or are you Satering right now? Oh, back on the bar. Okay. Appreciate the follow. Where the enemies at? Must be somebody in this PvP zone. Should probably turn off crossplay for this. This goblin. That guy trying to kill me. I didn't see him, honestly. I was not paying attention. Was there somebody else on the map? What part of where I live in? I am in the southeast United States. Northwest, literally the exact opposite. Yeah, so it's like 3:30 a.m. for me currently. For about 2 minutes. Yeah, the chests are gone. Like, I know where they're at, but I feel like there's somebody else is in this PvP zone who's kind of avoiding me. Wait 1 minute for the world boss. See any more guys. So yeah, only one goblin. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off crossplay when I do the PvP zone. Okay, that was a goblin. Alright, world boss. Only get to be opened by one person. I think so. Can you grab those mythic goblin instances? Yeah, you can. You can grab them. They're really rare, but you can grab them. I'll buy 80 keys, give or take. So fun story. I'm on Heartseeker, but as I see, I'm gonna try Rain of Veils. Rain is fun. Rain's a lot of fun. I like them both. Like I usually play a lot more Heartseeker than Rain of Veils in the recent. So I told myself this season that I'm gonna do the exact opposite. I'm gonna start with Rain for the sort of min max, and then do Heartseeker. Although I will always level Heartseeker. Like leveling with Heartseeker is so much fun. I'm out of elixir juice. Hold up. Need a portable anvil. Speaking of which, the Terrace is the AW pin shot or any of the gear swapping pin shot setups. I got a lot of slack for that season. For not doing the gear swapping thing on Max or whatever, but I was actually like kind of told not to do it. I mean, I agreed with not doing it, but it was one of those things where it's like it wasn't user friendly, so I couldn't really like write it as like the main part of the guide. But I would get questions on why I'm not doing it. I'm just like, it's not. It's kind of hard to recommend that for like the typical audience. This was before Pit was a thing, right? Season 3. Better give us portable wardrobe. Why not portable listen to everything else?
I'm impressed.
What rogue build do I think is most fun this season? It's hard for me to tell you that because, like, what people find fun is, well, what people find fun will be different. Like, it'll be kind of subjective. So I always ask this question: what is the archetype you like to play? Like, are you someone who likes to play like ranged? Are you someone that likes to play melee, assassin-y type? Are you someone who likes traps? Like, I can kind of give you an idea of what would work for you that you might like to play based on the archetype. Something fast-paced. Well, rogue is going to be fast-paced in general, but like if you're looking for the absolute fastest paced, then Death Trap. But Death Trap does require you to hit very specific breakpoints, so it does take a while to get it to go. I get it going versus some of the other builds. But it is, if you're looking for like speed demon-ish type sort of thing, Death Trap is the fastest. But I will tell you that rogue in general is pretty, like, pretty speedy naturally. But Death Trap would be at the top, sure, in terms of that's concerned. Just whisper. To be fair, the only time I swap was when I wanted to one-tap bosses like Butcher, Great Families, but yeah, definitely not for Gas or casual players. Yeah, that's why I couldn't like recommend it. But people got so mad at me for not doing it. It's like, yo, you see, it's like Lucky Luciano was doing it, Nippy was doing it, and I was just like, I was telling everybody, I'm like, I totally get it. I know, like I know what's going on and what they're doing, but I can't suggest that. You know, I can't suggest opening their inventory in like the middle of a fight for certain situations. I can't do it. At the time, I was playing Rapid Fire. That was before the Scoundrel's Kiss ring, which I absolutely hate. But like Rapid Fire was actually pretty strong that season. It could clear pretty well, and the single target was actually really good at the time. It's so funny how Rapid Fire went from being like the strongest single target to like being awful at single target. Awful relative, I'll put it that way. A lot of Lassie Pop minion bits had gear swaps and all. That shit, so not including is a good choice. Yeah, it's just like, but at the same time though, I think it's just like when you think of, you know, build guys and like what we do for, you know, writing and stuff like that, you you want to write the best version of the build or the best, like people want to, deal the most DPS possible, but sometimes that's not within like comfort zone. If that makes sense. Like there's a point to where, the amount of work and effort it takes to squeeze out an additional 13% more damage is just not worth. But, other people might tell you otherwise, right? But it's like if you're casually playing, you may not notice the 13% damage difference, but it might feel significantly better to play. But then someone else might say, well, that's not the most optimized setup. And so like as a casual player, you might think, oh, well, I'm going to go with the most optimized setup. That most optimized setup might be terrible to play, but it's 13% stronger. So whoever said that isn't lying, technically speaking. That is the most optimal setup. But is it the best setup for the average person playing build? And usually the answer is probably no, right? Because they're not going to feel that 13% difference. They're not even going to know it exists. But what they will feel is, am I having fun playing a build or not? You know what I mean? So like there's always that fine line that when you're doing, guide writing or making suggestions and stuff like that, that you have to think about all those things into play. Like right now, the biggest struggle I'm having right now is Heartseeker. Because not the standard one. Like the standard one is always smooth and, fun to play and easy. But the push variant, like I am off stream. I probably would do a little bit on stream too as well, so I can show you guys what I'm thinking. But like coming up with a updated version that doesn't suggest sequence macros with very specific delays for it to play itself when it's already out there is the tough part. Because it's like, oh yeah, but this guy, his macro, he hits like right click and it has like a 5 millisecond delay, and then his button number 5, it has a 444 second delay. 444 millisecond delay, and then he hits like button 3 and it has a 72 millisecond delay, and it's like, I'm not making this up. Like this is like literally how the macro is set up. It's like a legit sequence macro for him to do what he's doing, and it's like I can't suggest that. For one, we can't really suggest macros to begin with, and two, to suggest very, very, very specific sequence macros is just not. No, like people aren't going to want to do that. You know what I mean? Sure, they want the strongest setting, but like, do they really want to do that? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, how can I come up with something that's close to being as effective that people will actually want? And it might be like one pit tier behind. It might, like, overall, but generally speaking, 99.9% of players aren't going to be pushing that, to the limit like that anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But then you have the whole, well, hey, your non-macro version is not the optimized version. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what you want me to tell you. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of where I'm at with it, because I have to make changes and adjustments, and I'm like, how do I really want to go about this? You were talking about the snapshotting, right? Not just swapping a gear piece. Well, I mean, that existed too. I think that was a thing too. But AW Pinshot actually had like some gear swapping things that weren't specifically just for snapshotting. But snapshotting was a part of that time frame in that era as well. So both of them kind of existed at the same time. So yeah, I wasn't specifically talking about snapshotting, but snapshotting was during that time too as well. Wait, I think I only have one more thing left in my season journey. Is that in front of where's yes, it is in front of. All right, so I guess we'll just defeat Hub 1 and be done. Guess we'll throw a 10. Just cause I actually do enjoy Inferno Hordes regardless. All that to fight a boss that takes like 7 minutes to kill. All right. Yeah, I mean, I have my own like gripes with Pit in general. I think I've already kind of talked about it. I think I talk about it at least once a stream about how I have a disdain for competitive Pit pushing. But yeah. This is where Reign of Eros feels the most fun. Inferno Hordes. Too bad the rewards aren't there. It's bugged actually. It should be fixed in the future patch with the correct amount of materials dropping. Curious to see how towers evolve over time. Hopefully they find a way to make it different enough. Me too, but I also feel like they, and this is a personal opinion, as someone who's played a lot of Diablo 3, like from launch, I played in practically the whole decade of it. I wish, I'm not saying don't borrow things that work from Diablo 3, but I really feel like after they pulled the rest of the team from Diablo 3 to Diablo 4 after the very last patch they did for Diablo 3, I just feel like they kind of just stopped coming up with like creative things that is specific to Diablo 4 and just kind of just throwing as much Diablo 3 in there as they possibly can because it worked then and it worked there. And like I kind of wish they were a little bit more creative and distinguishing the difference between the two. Like I actually still do like playing Diablo 3, but you know, if you're gonna sit there and make the towers very similar to GRs, which was the draw for Diablo 3 for a while, then now I'm having less reason to actually go back to Diablo 3 and play Diablo 3 in that sense. And not only that, but this is like I've done it for so many times. Like that's also part of my grind for like Pit. It's like the whole pushing aspect is similar. You know, it's like why can't we have a different type of competitive mode, scaling competitive mode? I know they tried Gauntlet and it wasn't successful, but like Pit just feels way too familiar to what we did in Diablo 3. Same thing with the tower. I don't think it's bad. Like I said, I don't think they're bad ideas. I just think that like it'd be nice if Diablo 4 was, you know, Diablo 4, you know, and it just feels like it's kind of, you know, turning into like a Diablo 3.5 sort of thing. At least that's what it feels like to me. Or some people compare Tower to GRs, yeah, because they did. The devs actually said it was very much similar to GRs. They literally said it themselves. But yeah, it is. Like the whole inspiration for the pylons or like that, or shrines, whatever you want to call them in D4, to be able to strategically like get you progress to get a little bit further and whatnot, is literally directly taken from the playbook of Diablo 3 GRs. And I don't even know how I feel about that, to be honest with you, because, like, don't get me wrong, it was kind of fun manipulating pylons and shrines to do certain things, but like at the very, very top level, top end, it was annoying as hell. Having to go, oh, I didn't get a conduit. Okay, reset. Or you can't, there is a certain point where you cannot clear without like a conduit and like a power pylon in the right spots, right? So while it is fun to manipulate pylons and stuff like that and strategically use them, when your clear becomes based on whether you can or cannot get them at all, it starts to become not nearly as much fun. I'm kind of afraid of that, seeing a similar thing happening in the towers. I just feel like I put it this way. I know I'm being biased about it. Like, I'm 100% biased about it, and that's fine. You know, I will admit. But like, why can't Inferno Hordes be the scaling competitive outlet? Inferno Hordes is way different than anything we did in Diablo 3 or Diablo 2. There's a freaking blueprint. Easy to sit there and make different levels, different layers, different like breakpoints to where like certain things happen at each level, you know, each 5 levels or whatever. You can so easily do it that way, and it'll feel way different than what we had in the past. I don't understand why that couldn't have been done. Oh, that's Preacher to Follow. And I say this because going back to Season 5, which introduced Inferno Horde, back when it was actually pretty challenging for most builds, people liked it when it was challenging. In fact, people were talking about, can your build do TA hordes over what pit level can your build do in Season 5? And people generally liked that. So you had not only is the blueprint there, but you have people excited about the idea of Inferno Hordes being like challenging content, right? That you can possibly scale up. Like, that was fun. So I don't know. I don't know. Here gets to see his real build. That's fun. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I find pits way more annoying than GRs. Oh well, yeah, agreed. Oh yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think right now, like compared to GRs, like GRs, there was a sense of skill expression to a degree. It is an action RPG, so there is not going to be much skill expression to be had in general because it's an action RPG. But in Diablo 3, there were times where you can watch someone play GR and be like, okay, that dude knows what he's doing. Like the way he's moving around the rifts, you know, how he's gathering what he's gathering, purposely not killing certain mobs so he could take advantage of area damage at specific spots or whatever. Like there was, and all while not dying or maybe stutter stepping the entire time, aka Yui multi-shot or whatever. Like you watch someone do that and you're just like, okay, yeah, he's been playing for a bit, you know, that he's been playing for a bit. You watch the majority of like D4 pit clears and it's literally the exact same thing for everybody. Everybody does the exact same thing. Like the game plan is the exact same. Either you have the gear to be able to take the hit, or you don't. You can do enough damage to go to the next tier. Yes or no? Did you RMT hard enough? Yes or no? And again, it's not the players' fault. I'm totally not blaming the players at all. Like, people you do what you do because that's all we got. I'm just saying I think we deserve better than that as a player base. King Titan, what's going on? Actually, didn't see anybody on YouTube. Sorry. I was rogues this season. I saw Matthias push the pit. $110. There's actually several rogue builds that can hit 110. DT can, or did. Renaveros can and did. Heartseeker definitely already did. Possibly Twisting Blades. I don't know. Rapid Fire should be able to hit 110 probably. Why am I doing Inferno Hordes? To finish up my season journey. Plus, I like doing Inferno Hordes. I know it's not rewarding right now, but I don't really care. I've done. I need a change of pace. Wait, so you don't run Shard anymore on Heartseeker? No, I mean Shard should be there. This isn't Heartseeker though. I really should do this. Actually, where am I at? Oh no, I got it. Okay, I got it already. Okay, cool. I'll just do Chaos then. Would you say Heartseeker Rogue is one of the top metas for the new season expansion? For Rogue it is. But I will say that people who are looking at Heartseeker via hellties.com pit push clears or whatever, it's not the version you really want to play for anything besides trying to push the highest you possibly can. You can still push like maybe like 107, 108 with standard Heartseeker. Or like 106, 107 with standard Heartseeker. You don't necessarily have to do the push variant unless you're just, you know, if leaderboards is really your thing, then yeah, you have to make the switch. But if you don't really care about that, you just want to do standard Heartseeker. But I think what people have to realize is that like what you see on the leaderboards on hellties.com is not the same thing as regular Heartseeker that you do for most content. And you definitely cannot play that version anywhere else besides like pit pushing, and that's it, pretty much. You will hate your life for trying, and it's awful. Appreciate the follows. That's fun pushing GRC bad. Was only in game in D3, not counting running bounties. I don't even count bounties on that, to be honest. Chinese bounties get stuck all the time. Fair. Let me see all the masks I'm not getting. That's so horrible. I can't wait till they hotfix that. Alright, well, I did get my season journey finished though. Finally. That was my last one, I think. The last one. Want to keep that. Oh. Spin them with power and super fun, but not the heaviest hitting build for sure. Getting like 2.5 build max. Should totally head out. But it was fun. Tonight was fun. Alright, let's go raid out. Tomorrow I'm gonna do, I'll probably do it on stream. Or some of it on stream. Not maybe not all of it, but we'll do like a mass updating across the board for everything. Random Rails is probably going to take me the longest because I do want to not revert, but I do want to move the victimized variant from being a build variant to being the main variant, and then keep the Skyhunter Shard version for pit pushing, even though I think it's really close to the victimized variant for pushing as well. But technically speaking, I think it's probably still like one tier better if you have everything perfect. So I'll probably leave it as it is. We'll kind of see. But pleasantly surprised about how the victimized version is playing. But the reason why I do want to make sure I move it to the main version is because it's so much smoother to play. It's a lot more fun. It's also a bit more mobile, and like it just does a job better for a main, for a main variant. So I have to sit down and kind of change all that stuff, but that'll be fine. Everything else is mostly just planner thing that I gotta do. But let's see who to go to. That is Woody sleeping, or is he just like, is he actually playing? The Scream Heart. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll do Scream Heart. Been a minute. He is, of course, doing Paladin. I'll try to find some like non-Paladin individuals. Or that, speaks English, but that is proven quite difficult to look for. But appreciate you all being here. We'll have a slightly different day tomorrow, like I was saying before. My schedule going forward probably going to be most likely like after this week. I'll probably end up doing like 5 or 6. But after this week, it's probably going to go down to about 4 because I need to kind of figure out how to stream with me being a bit more busy than I normally would be. So I'm going to try to sit there and do like 4 streams a week if I can kind of muster that in there. But yeah, Rookie said thanks for the comment. Yeah, man, you're welcome. Did it work out for you? But yeah, enjoy Scream Art. And as always, till next time.